and subsequent search unfolded.
He should be considered armed and dangerous.
An intense manhunt underway in Maine for the shooter who went on a rampage Wednesday night, killing 18 people and injuring 13 others at 2 different locations. Hundreds of law enforcement personnel by land, air, and even at sea looking for the suspect, 40-year-old Robert Card, an Army reservist who spent 2 weeks in a mental health facility this past summer and is still at large.
We believe this is someone that should not be approached. At approximately 6:56 p.m., the Auburn Communications Center received a 911 call of a male shooting in just-in-time, or the spare time, recreation center. Shortly after that, at about 7:08 p.m., the Communications Center received multiple 911 calls about an active shooter inside of a Schmenge's Billiards.
Shortly after 8 p.m., officials had released a photo of the shooter. And by 9:26 p.m., Lewiston police received a call identifying the suspect. And then just before 10 p.m., police say they located his car. Now, an entire community is left in fear, being asked to shelter in place. Businesses are shut down, and schools ordered closed through Friday. Witnesses left in shock.
She was grazed by a bullet while we were running.
I never thought I'd grow up and get a bullet in my leg, and it's just like, why? Like, why do people do this?
I was holding a weapon, I just hooked it down the lane, and I slid basically into where the pins are.
Others warning the loss of friends in another sensitive shooter.
When you get anything that happens like this, you go empty. And there's just nothing you can do.
Many are asking, were warning signs missed? According to a National Guard spokesperson, the shooter was reported as behaving erratically at an Army training facility this past July. And sources say he made statements about hearing voices and wanting to shoot up a National Guard base. He was then transported to an Army hospital for medical evaluation.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of review of this and a lot of analysis. Was there something missed? Was he deemed a danger to himself or someone else?
A law enforcement source tells CNN that investigators found a gun in a car connected to the suspect, Robert Card, but it is unclear whether that gun was used in the shootings. Meanwhile, a former colleague of Card's who was in the U.S. Army Reserves with him told CNN that Card is a skilled outdoorsman and marksman and was one of the best shooters in their unit. Brian Todd, CNN, Bowdoin, Maine.
So as authorities continue searching for the suspect, they're still piecing together what happened at both shooting locations. Names of all the victims haven't been released yet as police contact family members. The mayor of Lewiston tells CNN that with a crime like this, it takes time.
In a large crime scene, it can take some time to understand everything, gather all the evidence, determine identity of victims, and yes, it can, just the nature of what happened, it can take some time, and it is certainly unfortunate. I know that the Maine State Police and the Lewiston Police Department were certainly, working extremely hard to not only investigate this crime, but get word out to families as quickly as possible.
Now, hours after the mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine, authorities found the suspect's car at a boat launch in a nearby town, and public records show the alleged gunman owned a small boat. Retired FBI Supervisory Special Agent Daniel Brunner spoke earlier with my colleague Paul Newton, and he outlined what investigators will be looking for as they try to track down the suspect.
Try and get into his mind, utilizing whether he's on social media or other methods of preparing his plan. He has a multitude of options that were at his disposal where he left his vehicle. He could have gotten into a second vehicle, and he could be as far away as Florida at this time. He could have gotten into a boat, or he could have got on foot into the woods. I think the boat option, going out into the Atlantic, I know the Coast Guard is patrolling, I think that is the least likely of the options because his small aircraft needs fuel, and he would have known this, that he would have attracted attention of anybody for him obtaining fuel. So I think the most likely option, based on what we're learning about the subject, is that he is very adept to the rural area, the woods. He's very knowledgeable about these wooded areas. So I think either him going out on foot at the boat dock area, or taking the boat downriver to other locations where he had supplies set up. Eric Rudolph in 1998 was a 5-year manhunt after he was put on the 10 most wanted, the Atlanta Olympic bombing, and then other medical facilities. And then he was on the run for 5 years because of the same situation. He was familiar with the woods, he had setups, and he was able to stay hidden from law enforcement for over 5 years. So I think that is one of the most likely scenarios, that he is either went from foot from that parking area, or he took his craft downriver. Now, law enforcement is trying to get these leads together, and once they establish a good lead, then they'll start focusing the search teams on that area.
And I want to get to the issue of leads in a moment, but you make the point that if this attack was well planned out, and it seems like it was, then it is likely that his escape may have been well planned as well.
Absolutely. I think it one goes in the other. He knew where he was going, the two locations, which were 4 miles apart. He knew that he had to travel 10 miles to the boat dock. So everything seems to be very well thought out. I know there's focus on his mental health issues, but that doesn't take away from the possibility that he had planned this out. He was prepared for this. He knew how to make entry. He knew how to conduct the shooting operation. The fact that he is very likely on the run, my gut would say that he is in those wooded areas right there, because he's familiar with that. For him to travel by vehicle and to go to South Carolina, go to Florida, where he is in unknown territory, is the least likely of the scenarios. But what's most important is law enforcement and the FBI, HSI, all these agencies are going to look at every single lead, every possibility. They're going to talk to their partner agencies in those divisions, Atlanta division, all the way up to 56 different FBI divisions across the country. Everyone is prepared for leads that may be coming out of the Incident Command Center, which is set up there in Maine. If those leads come in, they're going to go rush it out. It doesn't matter what hour it is.
The IDF announces the next phase of its war with Hamas, saying it's begun launching raids inside of Gaza ahead of a ground invasion. Those details just ahead. Plus, Gaza hospitals face critical shortages of the fuel that keeps them up and running. I'll ask a regional Oxfam manager about how they can stay open. Stay with us.
Take the pea-sized amount, apply it like a lotion. Pits, under boob, thigh folds, butt cracks, feet. This water-based cream, I'm telling you, it's invisible on the skin. It works like a...
I know how Palestinian hospitals can stay open. Force Hamas to give them fuel. A song by Paul Beckman, Paul the Rainbow Song, also the new and first leader of humankind in the free world, created October 27th, 2023. I know how Palestinian hospitals can stay open. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Force Hamas to give those hospitals the fuel they need. Come on, Hamas. Stop holding out. We know you got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fuel. Yes, you do. We know you got lots and lots of fuel. We know you do. So come on. So come on. So come on. Give them the fuel they need. Give them the fuel they need. Come on, Hamas. Give Palestinian hospitals the fuel they need. Come on, hospitals, Palestinian Palestinian hospitals? You know who's got the fuel, don't you? Come on, Hamas, fork it over. Come on, Hamas, fork it over. Come on, Hamas, fork it over. Give the Palestinian hospitals the fuel they need.